Hey guys, I'm Steven.
I'm Giselle.
And we're the Lover's Passport, and we're going to show you how to travel with a regular 9-to-5 job on the weekend.
In this video, we're going to be sharing our top budget hacks for traveling on the road while working full-time. Road tripping is the best way to see a lot of stuff in a short amount of time, in our opinion, when you're traveling on a budget. So lots of budget hacks and lots of tips and tricks to help you still travel while working a full-time office job.
All right, let's jump into this. All right, so first thing we do is we always pack on Thursdays. As you can see, pulled out all the stuff. We have quite a bit of content to shoot this weekend, so we have a lot of stuff that we're gonna be bringing, but getting everything charged up. The second thing we're gonna be doing is loading up the car. I'm doing this all on Thursday. That way Friday, as soon as we're off work, we can hit the road and have more time out there. We put everything in like that way you can sleep in the car, because right now it's really cold. It's in the middle of the winter, so we don't want to get too cold, and it saves us a ton of time. When we're out there, we don't have to set up a tent in the evening, we don't have to tear it down. So now that we got this in, let's go ahead and put it in the bed. We got this bed from Walmart. It's really nice and convenient. It was about $100 and it's super cushiony. It's a memory foam mattress and it fits the back of my 4Runner perfectly. We put one layer of sheets and it's gonna be cold, so we're gonna bring 2 sleeping bags on this trip. So one thing we like to do is we zip the sleeping bags together, so that way we can have these 2 different sleeping bags, but they're gonna be together the whole time. It makes it really nice and easy for us to stay cozy the whole time. So you can see here, if I unzip this, on the inside of here, I have the actual sleeping bag. That's our REI Magma sleeping bag. And then I went ahead and zipped the Coleman over, so we have 2 layers to be able to keep us warm. Next is we put in these super simple window covers. We spray painted half of them black. So all we have to do is put them in there when we're sleeping, and it makes it super easy, so that way it keeps the light out if we're sleeping somewhere it's a little bit brighter, helps us sleep better at night. It also helps us keep some privacy. Let's say we leave the car and we want to shut it, no one's going to be able to see inside because it completely blacks out the windows. So if you guys are camping on the weekends, highly recommend getting some of these. So I just finished getting everything packed. I'll go through really fast. So over here we have our rinse kit. That's what we use for our portable shower. Right here we have our Jackery. That's gonna be our electricity basically the whole trip. Underneath here we pack the solar panels, so if it dies we can charge it. Over here we have a 5-gallon water jug, so we can cook, clean, drink water. Over here I have all of Karen's stuff, because we're gonna be bringing our dog with us, which we're super excited about. Under here I have our stove, so we're gonna be cooking everything this weekend. Great way to save money. In here I have our food, all of our cooking utensils, pots, pans, stuff to clean everything with. Over here I have a portable propane fire pit, so we can have fires out there. I also have chairs, I also have a table, an extra blanket, helmet. I just finished putting on the bike rack because we have to do some content creation for a bike company. We finished packing up all the clothes, and we do almost all of this on Thursday. It's gonna save you so much time if you do it on Thursday. Giselle's been working on a ton of stuff today. I had the morning free, so I got all this packed up. That way, like we said, tomorrow, Friday night, as soon as we finish, we can head out on our trip. We're gonna be heading out to the Eastern Sierra. We're super excited about it. And that is it for today. So first thing we do, always pack up. Now I gotta head into work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, I'm officially off work. So we just finished loading up the car and we are getting ready to head out.
So typically this is kind of what our process looked like for the past 2 years. We'll have everything ready to go. We have our water, our food, our grocery shopping, our gas is filled. We have all of our preparation done, so that way we can just go. It's about 6 o'clock right now, so we got about 3 hours of driving. We're gonna go camp for the night, and we'll probably get there around 9 or 10 o'clock depending on when we eat dinner, and then we'll check out for the night.
We just got here to Alabama Hills. We pulled up, we put all of our setup away. We're being pretty quiet because there are other people camped out here. It's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, so that's our average, like Friday or Saturday whenever we decide to leave for a weekend trip. We cruise out, we get here pretty late, around 10 or 11 usually, and then we're up for sunrise the next day.
All right, it is sunrise. We woke up this morning, we are cruising out.
We do this because that way we maximize like our full day. People think we're crazy for going from sunrise to sunset. When you're only traveling on the weekends, it really makes a difference. Shot sunrise over here at Mobius Arch and along the Mobius Arch Loop Trail, and yeah, we got some sunrise photos. We got some blue hour photos of the lantern. Sometimes we like to add a little extra something like artificial lighting. It tells a little story, and then yeah, that's it. We're gonna go back to the car, maybe go shoot some more products for another brand, and then we're gonna hang out and make some breakfast.
We had a beautiful sunrise this morning, and the first tip that we always recommend doing is bringing your own food. So this morning, having something super easy, we're just having some cereal, and we also brought some pancakes that we can have as well. So we highly recommend bringing your own food, mainly because it'll save you so much money.
And time.
Yeah, it saves you a lot of money and time. You don't have to go into town or anywhere. You can be out in the boondocks and not worry. We bring a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for at least Saturday and Sunday. And we store all of that inside of our car. So we can just slide it directly out. When we want food, slide it directly back in. And we always bring all of our own pots, pans, silverware, trash bags. We also bring a table so that we can cook on it, and it makes life so much easy. So highly recommend getting some containers to help keep your stuff organized, and bringing your own food. We plan out everything ahead of time, and if you need to, we also bring a small little cooler just because we're having some burgers and we're making some of their meat as well.
So the next thing we do whenever we do weekend trips is we plan out our campsites ahead of time. So we are out here in Alabama Hills, and this is a BLM area, so you can camp out here for free. So that's another way we save money on a budget and are able to travel so much. So BLM land, you can actually find a whole map online. I'll link it down below in the description box for you. BLM land, national forests, Walmart parking lots, Planet Fitness parking lots. There's a whole variety of free campsite areas, and what we use to find it besides the BLM website is freecampsites.net. So I'll link both below in the description so you guys can check it out. But whenever we're going somewhere, we really try and find a free campsite so we're not spending money, and we always recommend planning ahead of time so that way when you're going to your destination, you don't have to spend time or valuable time in your like 2 days that you have looking for a campsite. It makes it really hassle-free.
The best way to maximize your time when you're traveling with a 9-to-5 job is by doing research on your location before you head out on your trip. So what we typically do is we go through blogs, AllTrails, fellow content creators, Pinterest, Google Maps, Google Earth, and try and find really cool spots to visit within a 3 to 5 hour radius from our house. If it's closer, that's great. As we visited more and more places, we've tended to extend the amount that we're willing to drive to find new spots on the weekends. So once we find all of these resources, we compile a sample itinerary. We each write down the 3 top things that we want to do at the spots we want to visit and make sure that both of our top items are on our final itinerary. We tend to prioritize locations like national parks, state parks, hidden gems along the way. We also tend to plan our days out from sunrise to sunset. So we'll look at best photography locations for certain times of day and then kind of plan our schedule around that way. We love using the resource Google My Maps, where you can plug in all of your locations and kind of figure out the best driving route throughout your day too, so that way you maximize your time and your gas.
So for this road trip, for gas, we spent around $93, and that is mostly because we are in California and the price of gas is almost $5 right now. We use an app called Gas Buddy as well, so if you're out on the road and you want to find the cheapest gas around, we always check Gas Buddy because it gives you the prices for everything within a 50-mile radius.
And we spent $85 on groceries for food for basically 2 to 3 days, which in the grand scheme of things is not much for 2 people for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We spent around $193 total. And that is it for our how to travel with a full-time 9-to-5 job. Today we talked about how to plan your trip, how to pack for your trip, what we usually are doing. We talked about how much it costs, and you can apply this to a simple road trip around 3 hours to 4 hours around you, or you can do the same thing if you're flying somewhere, 2 to 3 hours. So you can do so much on the weekends when you're traveling from Friday to Sunday. But it is time for us to head on back because we got to get to work tomorrow.
Yep, and if there's one takeaway from this video, it's that you do have to make travel a priority if you guys want to get out and explore with a full-time job, because realistically, you only get so much PTO. For the past 2 years soon, I have been traveling with full-time jobs. I luckily was able to now do content creation full-time since October, and that hasn't changed our weekend warrior trips at all. But you do have to really put it above other things. Making travel a priority is really important if you do want to go out on an adventure with a full-time job, just because you know, you only have such a limited time, and being prepared is fantastic. You know, there's a lot of spontaneous travelers out there, but when you only have Friday night to Sunday night, it does really help to maximize your time by being really prepared and knowing exactly what you're gonna do, with, of course, leaving some room for spontaneity, of course. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did find it useful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out a lot with creating some fun adventure content for you guys.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and we will see you out there on the next adventure.